most followed Portuguese person on LinkedIn, so it's difficult that people may not recognize you. Why has the topic of leadership gained so much prominence in recent years?
There is a lack of people to hire in our market, and this made the leaders realize that they need to change their leadership. An happiness department, it will not solve anything if the culture is not prepared to understand that the people are in the center of the decision.
What do you personally value the most in good leadership?
When we mix all of this that I mentioned, I believe that we have a good leader that have his team together with him in the good moments, but especially in the challenge moments.
How do you envision the future? What's next for a leader?
Advance to this humanized leadership with the people in the center of the decision. We should be really, really transparent with all our team.
You've created this happiness department in your company. What changed exactly in your company with this department?
It was easy for me to create the happiness department because it was aligned with the culture of the company. Sometimes when I'm kidding, I say that my grandfather, he already had the happiness department at that time, but he didn't call it like that. If we take care of people, people will take care of our company.
Hello, Ricardo. Thank you for your availability, for having this conversation with me.
Hello. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
It's my pleasure as well. So for those that don't know you, which could be difficult because you are the president of Bernardo da Costa Group, and you are on the top 3 of the most followed Portuguese person on LinkedIn. So it's difficult that people may not recognize you from the thumbnail and from this video. But you are also an author of a 2024 book called Happiness is Profitable. And you will be one of the keynote speakers at the next edition of the Fórum of Líderes 2026 that will happen on March 4th in Lisbon. Ricardo, was this a good summary of your profile?
Yes, it's a good summary. My role is like a chairman, that we can say like that. I'm involved in the strategy. I'm involved in the expansion of the group to new countries. Currently, we are expanding our group to 5 countries in Africa. And I'm involved on that. The LinkedIn is also a very important part of my life because it changed it. I started using LinkedIn more frequently in the pandemic situation, putting some posts regarding the situation that we were living about this uncertainty for the future. But as we created before in 2017, the happiness department in Bernardo da Costa Group, these posts create some engagement about this professional and the way that the company see people and the way that they treat us, they take care of them. And after that, the engagement start to increase. And it changed my life because it gave me access to a lot of people, a lot of events. For sure, I will not be on March as a keynote speaker of this Forum of Leaders of Human if it was not LinkedIn. And another things, a lot of people that I met after that, that completely changed my life. And the book, it was also important for me. It's a legacy. It's not a biography, but represents a lot of where I am.
Thank you. Now we also know, at least I know, that you are a Braga supporter from the jerseys on the background.
It's true. I have to admit that my heart it's blue because my godfather, when I was 4 years old, she put me in the Antas Stadium. So I'm a fan and I'm a supporter of FC Porto. But each year I'm loving more Braga as my hometown team. I'm related to Braga. I'm involved in a lot of things with Braga. I admire the people that are managing Braga now. So I know that is in the football teams is not so common, but I love 2 teams. So I love Porto and Braga. People don't like so much when I say that, but it's the truth.
Both sides when dealing with businesses.
Yes. Yeah. I multitask. So as well in the football team, I have to admit that I admire two teams.
Well, thank you for explaining, because I was curious how you end up being this person with so many followers. But I understand that you got traction on key moments like COVID, like when you start sharing about the happiness department, which is a bit of a topic that we'll cover today. But since you're going to be this key speaker on this event about leaders, in your opinion, why has the topic of leadership gained so much prominence in recent years?
I believe that the pandemic situation changed a little bit the way that we see the role of the leaders in the companies. Also, as we know, the unemployment rate in Portugal is very low. So most of the companies, one of their main challenge is to hire good people, to hire professional good people. So the companies realize that they need to take care of the people if they want to attract the most valuable that are in the market. On the other side, these new generations, these that leave the university, most of them they are going to put their knowledge in other countries. 40% is the rate that on this new generation with high qualifications that don't stay in Portugal because they don't see Portuguese companies and Portuguese leaderships as good as they see in other countries. For sure, the salaries are also an important part of it. So there is a lack of people to hire in our market. And this makes that the leaders, the businessmen, the CEOs or the boards realize that they need to change their leadership. They need to create a new kind of leadership that put the people on the center of their decisions. And that's why I think that in the last 3-4 years, I used to say that there is no day that there are a workshop, a forum, a conference about this issue, how to hire, how to attract the best people to our company. And for it, we need to create a culture, which is really, really important. It's not to create an happiness department. It will not solve anything if the culture is not prepared to understand that the people are in the center of the decision. We need to take care of them. We need to motivate them. We need to give plan of career to them. And this create this environment which everybody's speaking now because it's a very, very important subject.
What do you personally value the most in good leadership?
The empathy, the example, the ability to adapt to these new transitions that we are facing now. A lot of them geopolitical, demographically, environmental, technological. So there are a lot of transitions, and we need to have the ability to adapt ourselves, the ability to change, the ability to understand the purpose of the people that belong to our team. So the ability to inspire our team. So when we mix all of this that I mentioned, I believe that we have a good leader that have his team together with him in the good moments, but especially in the challenge moments that everybody face when are running a company or a leadership in the company.
There's so many things at the same time that encompass being that a good leader currently. If that's your current vision, how do you envision the future? What's next for a leader?
I think that the leadership advanced to this humanized leadership with the people in the center of the decision, for sure. And that's why the title of my book is Happiness is Profitable. And we should never forget that companies are made to make money, to make profit. And sometimes people think that when we speak about happiness in the companies or well-being, that we forget the profit or we forget that the productivity. and no. So we need to balance it. And we only can give something to the employees if we have profit. We only can give some social responsibility to our community if we have profit. We only can reinvest in the company if we have profit. So the balance between the well-being, the happiness, and the productivity and the profitability of the company is really, really important. But I really believe that if we take care of the people, people will take care of the company, and the company will get better results. And the Bernardo da Costa Group is the example. So that's why I think one of the key reasons that I increase my LinkedIn followers is that I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. So I speak of what I do. I made mistakes. I usually say that I made mistakes every day. I made a lot of mistakes in the past. I learned from it, but the results are here. And with this kind of leadership, in 10, 12 years, we start to be one company, and now we are 19 companies in the group. We start to be one business area, and we have 12 business areas in the group. Wow. We are 35 people, and now we are more than 400. Wow. We just act in the north of Portugal, and now we are in 9 countries in 3 continents. And this only was possible because I trust people, I took care of people, I made mistakes. I learned from it. I tried to reinvent myself. But the key reason is that I trust and I take care of people. I give them autonomy, responsibility. I understand their purpose. Not all the times is possible to say yes to everything that they ask from me, but with a transparent and objective and truly communication, I think what is also one of the keys, because the communication is really important in the companies. And I always say that transparent communication is the key. We should not have hidden things or make bluffs or something like that. No, was 30 years ago. Now all the information is available, and we should be really, really transparent with all our team.
Regarding your book, Happiness is Profitable, then by the way, the link for the book for anyone interested is in the video description. Currently only in Portuguese, but there is a plan to also translate to Spanish, right, Ricardo?
Yes.
If you have to summarize your book, Happiness is Profitable, in one sentence, what's the main output of it?
It's a share of experience, a share of a vision, a share that I truly believe that is not the best, but the right way to look at the management and the leadership in the company.
You've created this happiness department in your company in Portugal. What changed exactly in your company with this department?
It's important to say that for me, it was easy to create the happiness department. And why? Because the culture, my grandfather and my father and my uncle. So it's important to say that we have 69 years of company. So I'm part of the 3rd generation. When I started in the company in 2002, it was only one company. After 2004, I started to create the other companies and merge and acquisition. But the key point is that the culture that I spoke before, the recognition, to take care of the people, this came from 1957. So it was easy for me to create the happiness department because it was aligned with the culture of the company. We didn't felt a lot of changes. We just put it in our organogram, in our structure, and we give them a budget just to things that make people more happy, more motivated, feel them well, safe, with health. But that it was not a change, because just an example, during several years, we give a trip to our team We were with them in Jamaica, in Cuba, in Mexico, in Punta Cana, in Ibiza, in Cabo Verde. And the first trip was in 2014, so it was before the happiness department. This is just to say that the happiness department, it was a consequence of a culture that came from so many times before. Sometimes when I'm kidding, I say that my grandfather, he already had the happiness department at that time, but he didn't call it like that. But when he received the employees at the weekend at their home and put my grandmother cook for all of them, or when we go with them to the beach near Braga, which is Ofira, Apulia, on the weekends to play football. This was his happiness department at that time. So for me, it was easy to create it.
So you have an HR team or department, and then you have an happiness department.
Yes, we have the administrative and legal department for that bureaucratic things of the HR department, and then we have the happiness and the people and ethic department. At the moment, the name of it is People, Happiness and Ethic Department.
Why should an HR professional attend the Fórum of Líderes conference?
I think it's important to listen to good examples, which are based in case studies and not just in theory. And when you look at the speakers of the event, you see a lot of people that really build something, that really construct good companies, good projects, with mistakes, with achievements. And so I believe that for the HR people, it's important to listen these case studies and during one day have the opportunity to understand what this kind of people made in their projects, in their companies. I really believe that they will not give this day as a loss. Then they will understand. They will learn a lot of good practices, which I think is missing in Portugal, because in media we don't see good practices, we just see bad things. So this kind of events, especially this Forum of Leaders of the Human magazine, the main key point is to share good practices on this HR world.
Who will benefit the most from attending the Fórum of Líderes conference?
Everybody. For leaders, for HR managers, for middle management, and even employees of the companies, because I believe that the diversity of speakers will have things to share that can apply to all of these functions in the company. Usually people say that this kind of events is just for middle management, special for HR leaders, but I really believe that it's open to everyone, and everyone will learn from the shares that we will make together with my colleagues and the other speakers during the day.
What will HR leaders miss if they don't attend the Fórum of Líderes conference?
In one day, to have a lot of different visions, but most of them with case studies, with reality, not just theory, which is important, but most important is to understand the mistakes that people have made, what they learn from the mistakes. So if they don't go out to this conference, they will miss a good opportunity to listen in the first person of all these shares that's really important for the management of our companies.
What is one practical insight that people will take away from your session?
From my session, they will understand that if we take care of people, people will take care of our company. I think that is the key point moment. And for sure, they will understand that happiness is really profitable for the companies.
Close to the end, everyone that comes into this show, I have the habit of asking for a recommendation, someone that I could invite as a next guest. Who would you like to recommend?
Miguel Nabeiro, I don't know if you already invite him, is currently the CEO of Delta Group, Nabeiro Group.
Sounds similar to your story as well.
Something similar.
Challenge accepted. Ricardo, thank you very much for your availability today.
Thank you so much.
I hope that I have the chance to meet you in person in the conference. Shake your hand.
For sure we will have.
Take a selfie, and who knows what happens next.
Thank you so much. It was a great pleasure to be here with you.
Likewise. Have a nice day.